Welcome back to another episode of Chocolate Conversations Podcast, where we have real conversations that speak directly to you. I'm your host, Keon Taylor, aka Key, alongside my co-host, the inspirational Dr. V.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm great.
And then we got the chocolate boy wonder himself, Hoppy Stokes. What's going on, Playboy?
I'm doing good. What's up with y'all, man? Everybody
Man,
good?
I can't call it.
Sir,
Yes.
And that's not all. I got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
This man is very talented, up and coming actor. We did a Halloween movie together. Fire. So make sure you get that. Give him the name of that movie?
it's called a kickback. It's,
The
Kickback.
Kickback. I'd rather the superstar said it himself.
Nah,
we got
man.
Rory in the building, guys. Further ado, what's going on,
I
man?
appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Show.
Yeah,
Thank you for being here.
man.
Yeah,
I've been
man.
tuning into the show a lot, man. So
That's
Yeah.
good.
yes,
man.
sir. Let's get
Welcome
with
to the
this.
conversation.
Hey,
Yes,
welcome
sir.
to the family, baby. Just know, when you're on our show, you family.
Yes, sir.
Be yourself. Talk your shit, king.
Got that.
It
got
is
that.
what it is.
Got
It's
that.
your opinion, your brand, do your thing, bro.
Got that. Got that.
Man, but we got a great show for you guys today. But before we get into that, make sure you like this video, share this video, subscribe this video. Let's get into this. Well, got an interesting show today. You know what I mean? It's about dating. And I know y'all thinking, what you mean dating? Men are checked out when it comes to dating, afraid of being misused. Why are men walking away from dating? Because that's the purpose of it, right? You date, you mingle,
Yeah.
meet the one, boy meets girl meets boy, happily ever after.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. So
all
are
part of the
men walking
process.
away from dating? Let's just go at it.
You said, are men walking away from
Yeah,
dating?
are men walking away from dating?
Let's just say this. Not all men, but sadly, there are a core of men that just checked out from dating. For all different reasons. It's hard to just put one finger on it, but it's a lot of different layers of why men have checked out from dating. I've mentioned this before, just scarcity. A lot of men are just giving up because just society says other things, that a man needs to be this, needs to be that. They can't compare to the standards that women are throwing out there. The economy, inflation, things are expensive. People just can't afford to even take care of their damn self, let alone try to quit and show off and and everything that for a woman. And then just a lot of guys just feel like they can't match up. Just women's standards are just up there, and so it's just a lot of different layers. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head, but yeah, those are some of the reasons.
That's good.
He pretty much hit it on spot, but so I feel like a lot of men check out because number one, society, and also you have to be. A lot of men aren't secure within themselves, and that goes in the layers. You can talk about a man's job, you know what I'm saying, a man's career, his apparel, like how he handles himself, how he dresses himself, how he looks and stuff. If a man doesn't feel good within himself, he's gonna check out regardless. So, like you can't even put all the blame on the women for real. Like, bro, a lot of the men, like they just ain't. A lot of the men ain't meaning no more, bro. Like, I'm just being honest.
Keep
like,
it a bean, bro.
it's
Keep
not
it
a-
a
it's
bean.
not a lot
Missing
of-
that masculinity.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot no more. Like,
Man, now when you say men are not being men anymore, I can empathize with that because
I can a little bit too.
I feel like if you don't feel secure enough in yourself as far as what you work, what you do for a living,
anything, yeah.
step out of the dating game, get yourself together, then you go back in the game.
There you
But
go.
if you meet somebody like V who's established, she got her stuff together, you know what I mean? But you ain't fully secure in herself, but then maybe she want to go to a ballroom dance, or maybe she want to go to certain places, and then you feel a little small. I mean, is that really her fault?
Nope.
Nah.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So let me ask y'all this. Do you feel like when it comes to dating, because they say a lot of men are checking out, do you feel like people should stay in their lane? And I'm going somewhere with this. So if I'm a man, I make $50,000 a year, right? And maybe I work a call center job, you know what I mean, doing my thing, and maybe whatever, and maybe all I could afford is Red Lobster. Maybe I'm a Outback Steakhouse kind of guy, but then I meet this bad chick, big booty, bad as she want to be. Boy, she about as fine as all outdoors. Right. But then, she may be used to a certain standard of date. Maybe she want a Ruth Chris meal, whatever. But that's a little tight on my budget. But I do want this woman. I am a good guy. I want her to see the value in me. Do you guys feel like, in your honest opinion, people should stay in their lane? There's levels to this. If you're a guy that's right here and somebody like a Dr. B is up here, even though you may aspire to be with this woman, why are you looking up there? Or would y'all say that shouldn't even matter because it's the person and he can always elevate to where she is? But I just want to know, in you guys' opinion, should you stay in your lane? I'm gonna go with you, Dr. V, with that.
I gotta look on my face. I always say it can't be a huge gap. But I will say one thing. So the whole Ruth Chris and all of that, I think if... Ladies, I'm sorry, y'all might dislike me, but you shouldn't, come on. If a man is saying, if he has a lot of good qualities and he can't go there, is that really a deal breaker? If you're not taking yourself there on a regular, I can afford Ruth Chris, I don't go there. Mm-hmm. It's overpriced. It's the food. I'm pescatarian. Okay. When you go to those expensive restaurants, you get smaller portions. Everybody knows that, and so I don't just go anywhere just because this is the way to go or place to go because you think it makes you a status. No, that doesn't mean anything. So I don't think we should get caught up so much on that thing, right? Or just like when that list was out there and Cheesecake Factory was on there. I love the Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory be popping.
I love Cheesecake Factory.
I can name at least 10 things on the menu I can buy right now.
It is good. Right. So you're going and you know what? They do nice big portions, right? Yeah. You always take. So I don't think we should get caught up on that. But as far as stay in your lane, I would say a little bit, because it should. I say to me, I'm not too pressed on that, but it can't be that huge gap, like a $50,000 gap. That's not going to work for me. What? Ooh,
go there. I want the smoke.
It can't. It's not. Okay. So I think some women, because again, if you're successful and you got it together and you're already working hard and to take care of yourself, it's only one income. And when you get with somebody, and it's like if you feel like when you come together, it should alleviate pressure for both people. Especially you guys being the man, we see y'all as the provider. Okay. But if it's like, if we have a $50,000 salary gap, then there's going to still be pressure on myself or whoever to feel like we still need to work at the same rate we're working. Over 40 hours, work long hours, to continue the success to take care of a lot of the bills or some of the bills or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And so that is just, that can turn into resentment. Okay. So, I do think depending where you are, you do need to stay in your lane.
Let me ask you this though. What if he does make $50,000 less than you, but maybe he's went back to school. So maybe he's taking a massive pay cut, but you kind of see what he's working towards. And you say, you know what, baby, I want to be able to take care of the things that you take care of, but damn, just bear with me. Let's ride it out for a minute. I'm going to get there. You see me working my dream every day. You see me working my vision. You see me going hard. So I had to take a step back to get this grasp. I'm just keeping it a beat. It happens. I had to go to this trade school, whatever I'm doing, just so I can get up there with you so we both can win. And I'm gonna ask this question: are we patient enough with each other to just say, you know what, especially if you see what he's doing? I'm not saying dudes that's just talking like, he work at a call center job, but you don't really see him working towards anything. Because I'm talking about the guy that's really ambitious. Maybe he's at 50,000 right now, but it don't mean he can't go to 200 based on his efforts.
That's a good question because it hasn't worked in the past. In 3 different time settings. And so it hasn't worked. It would be very hard for me to trust to go with that because I love what you said. A lot of men do have insecurities, and we won't know. Like women, we can't make y'all feel secure. We can pour into you, we can encourage you, we can do all those things. But as a man, there's something with y'all, how y'all are made up, where y'all have to get that security for yourself. So if the man does have issues, then it would be a little problem. Now, if I'm with somebody and then that happens, that's a different story. then I'm gonna rock with them, right? But it's very hard where we're going off of this dating with the potential. At my age, early 40s, and you're meeting somebody and they're saying, okay, I'm trying to get here. It's kind of hard because a lot of people do talk and they don't put action behind it. And y'all gotta think, as a woman, we see a lot of y'all men, y'all run game. Y'all say y'all will do X, Y, and Z and y'all don't. And it's not, a lot of men aren't raised by the old school standard, a man word is bond. Like when he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it. And a lot of us women, we talk about that a lot. Like a lot of these men these days, if they would just keep it real with us, they don't stick to their word. They say they'll do X, Y, and Z, and it's like they don't even come through or don't even call you or be considerate enough to say, oh, I couldn't, or things of that nature. So that makes it hard for women to be like, okay, I'm going to deal with the potential. I see what he's doing or whatever. I'm going to work with him. And then, you know what I mean? It's just...
So do you feel like if a man could just be a man and stand on business like he stand on business, maybe a woman would be more receptive to... his process or his grind, whatever because we all at different spaces in our lives. When two people get together, even if y'all are on the same level, y'all still on different waves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's go to you, Roy, man. What do you think about that, man? Should a person stay in their lane? Or is it one of them things like, man, it don't matter?
It don't matter.
Talk your shit.
Listen, man. Listen, I'm telling you, shoot for the stars. Listen, shoot for the stars, man. Because I done seen some of the most incredible stuff done happen from some people that were, how can I put it, in a bad situation.
Okay.
And then they met somebody and all it took was a little bit of support.
To turn them around.
So I done seen it happen. That's why I said you can shoot for the stars, man. Like, if you're working at Burger King, boy, go shoot for somebody that work at Target. You can do it. You feel me? Jump up a little extra couple dollars. Like I done seen people work at the bowling alley and them pull somebody, a cheerleader. Not a regular cheerleader, like an NBA cheerleader. Like, so that's a huge...
It's funny you said it, because I'm not going to lie. I always say some of the best moments of my life was when I was broke and when I didn't have much. And man, and I was still pulling women before I had any money, man. Even when I was in college, in college we broke as it is, still pulling women with corporate jobs. So it's like, you kind of have a point there, because I always wondered, like, if a woman's attracted to you and that swag, that juice there, does that,
she gonna go.
She gonna overlook something. She gonna be like, you know what? And don't digmatize her now. Don't.
But how you had confidence even when you didn't have money.
Yeah.
Some dudes don't move like that.
They don't.
So that's what I'm saying. You still was secure.
Then at that age, you didn't have much to like. You were still grinding. You didn't have much to do.
So you're gonna get a pass.
As you get older, now you're looking at things a little more
different, because you got mortgages.
You got mortgage. I mean, you got assets. They you might vet a little bit more differently. But to answer your question, as far as like a person staying in their lane and whatnot, ideally, it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't. But
ideally, ideally, it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't, but it does.
But I'm gonna just say this: for men, in some retrospective, it does. Because we all know men are judged on by the value that we bring to society.
Okay.
They always say the type of man, comedians have said, the type of man that you see a guy with shows what kind of income he has. And even with women, and I even say this because women are programmed to date up, right?
Yeah.
And men are looked at to always date down. To be looked at as leap. I know society has changed where now women are earning and kind of pacing at the same level as men, but their standards are still here because you can't defeat science and biology. It's always in women's biological imperative to always want somebody better than greater than them. That's what I try to educate women to do. That when you get to this certain level, you earn like a man. Your standard's still gonna be here, but there are not enough men here. There's not enough people up here. Everybody's fighting for the top. So either y'all gonna have to compete for that one man or figure it out. So, but But then that's the reason why men work their ass off to get to that certain level, because they understand hypergamy and how women are designed and programmed. So in essence, ideally, yes, it shouldn't matter, right?
Right, it should.
But in order for a man to have that abundance, you do want to improve on yourself and put the best version of yourself out there, so that way you can be more attractive. Because as men, we want quantity, while women want quality. If they can consolidate all of the desires they want in one man, sure. But us as men, if we only get the chance to pick one woman, right? If society said we only get one woman, we want to make sure, we would damn sure want to make sure we get the best woman that we can get.
Yeah, with all the top qualities.
With all the top qualities that we can get.
Yeah, you're right. So, do you feel like women are the same way when it comes to meeting a man? They know in their situations, they're just looking for the best top qualities. I done met some very successful women that say, you know what, at my age, at my bracket, money don't really matter. I'm just looking for somebody who can treat me well, who can do a little bit of stuff around the house, make me laugh at night, maybe throw a little towel, a little robe on me, you know, like make her feel like, you know, so.
They got any applications? They got some?
Bro, yeah, I give you a website. Hey, well, I give you a website. But yeah, like it's, man, it's weird, man. Like
it's very weird, because I always feel like, man, like, everybody ain't gonna be perfect. Like, people ain't gonna always be where you want them to be. But it's like, man, if the right people come together, man, you could go from here to here. You know what I mean? I just really believe that.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with dating where you at? Like, I don't understand because it's not about people being perfect, but like, if you making like 50 and under, what's wrong with dating somebody at your level?
There's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing: I've heard women say, and hear me out. I've heard women say, yeah, when I do try to date men on my level, they're arrogant. They got all these options. They feel like, you know, they're half-assed and it's lackluster when it comes to dating. But then when I meet a guy a little bit below me, he appreciates me a lot more. You know what I mean?
No, I'm talking about from the man perspective. What's wrong with the man choosing? Because the question was the man. So what's wrong with the man dating a woman on his level if he makes 50,000?
There's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But at the same time, if he want to shoot his shot with a woman above his level, I mean, I'm not mad at him either. But I don't. It's no issue.
Because it seems like it's more acceptable for y'all to shoot y'all shot. Because we talked about, because I know you love to say women love to be delusional, and I do agree with you, but I meet some delusional men. So that's why I say it's like...
Delusional in what way? Explain to me.
As far as their options in shooting their shot all the way out their league, right? And so, again, it seems like it's more acceptable for a man to shoot his shot all the way up here. But when women, the women, if they were underneath and they shoot their shot, sometimes they're looking at it as they get labeled as, oh, they want somebody to take care of them. Like they want, and some of them do. They want, they're just doing it for money. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Or for the wrong reasons. So that's why I was asking, like, why is it hard for men to date on their level?
I don't think it's hard for men to date on the level. I just think that, let's just keep it a being, man. Everybody has a market. People just trying to get what they can get. You know what I mean? Some dudes can get, because I've met dudes that's right here that can get women up here, and some dudes can get women right here. You got some dudes can't do neither. And I've met dudes,
how they look and stuff?
Because of physical and sexual market value. Because here's the thing: everybody has a market. That's just like if me and him are attorneys, but I'm a fat, stubby guy, and maybe I'm out of shape, and I don't have any emotional intelligence, but maybe he's just a good-looking guy. He can dress. He smell nice.
He gonna shoot it up.
Even if we both attorneys, he may be able to he may be able to get certain women that I just can't be able to get. It may just be that my looks. Maybe I need to get in shape. It's more to it than just that.
And it could be vice versa too, though.
With the women,
just because that man is big, just because you got big boy over there that's a lawyer, and you got your cut boy. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about women, bro. That I've came across. That I came across in my time. That's a whole nother subject. But I've been figuring it out. Y'all really, yeah. Okay. So the big dude may carry traits that the handsome dude may not carry. So sometimes when you meet somebody, you meet them where you are.
Yeah.
It may not be financially. It could be emotionally. It could be spiritually.
Right.
Somebody, you know what I'm saying? So you could connect somebody, you get what I'm saying? Holly Berry is, you know, way up there at the top because you got a good soul. She might not care about your money. You get what I'm saying?
And it's funny you mention that because I've been in situations like that before where I'm trying to get out of the chick, but then it's like she wants the lesser guy, but maybe he connect with her on a certain level that maybe I can't. But I'm sitting here looking at like, hella, I make more money than this dude. I look better than this dude. I'm more swaggy than this dude. But
I get you.
It may just be a certain connection. Sometimes it's just that
Bro,
connection.
It's something small. It's very minute. Like and women pick up on it so fast.
We pay attention on
very fast, bro. They pick up on it super fast. So like I said, you could be the cleanest man in the room, but it may be somebody that come in that may got a scruffy beard, but he got a tailored suit.
That's right.
His shoes shined, polished. You get what I'm saying? He cleaned his fingernails. You get what I'm saying? He may have a gap or a buck tooth, or you get what I'm saying? Something a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? But he may come in and that one that you may be going for, he might be standing right beside you, and she look at him like,
what's up?
Well, wait a minute. Bro, there's something different about you. And y'all could be, you know, you could be putting it on.
Yeah.
Women
sometimes your energy and your charisma, and that's another thing I've learned too over the years as a man. Sometimes your energy, your charisma, your aura, man, that's big. You know what I mean?
That's big. That's really big.
We like confidence. And I like when you said about the masculinity, because depending how old you are as a woman, we crave the like it used to be very masculine men, right? And so we're missing that, and so a lot of things come with that or whatever, and that can be interpreted different ways. But we like confidence, you know. And sometimes you can look at a guy and be like, either something's going on or just how he moves, he's not confident, you know what I mean? Or are you nice to people in a room? Because you'll hear a lot of females say, we don't like dudes who are rude. Like, we pay attention. I'm paying attention to how you treat people around me. Yeah. Because if you're going to be with me and we're going to be around people because I'm extroverted, it's like I'm not about to be apologizing because you're rude or don't know how to act or whatever. Yeah. And you're right. They can be fine as hell and make a lot of money, but that's not going to move me because it doesn't fit me. Yeah. So you're about to say.
No, you know what's crazy? It's funny you mentioned it too, because sometimes I was watching this show and they were saying that sometimes women want a man with a lot of money, $100 and something, $200,000. But she said just because a man's making a lot of money, it don't mean he gonna take care of you or gonna give it to you. Things don't always translate. Just like you could be a good looking guy in a room, well dressed, but it don't mean you gonna get all the women either. And we always think things translate because we say based on societal norms, if I have this, if I have that, if I'm living like this, if this is my occupation, I'm guaranteed to get this. Are you?
Supposed to.
I mean, you ain't guaranteed to get anything, but people,
some people act like it. Like,
I mean,
this deregulated.
And that's the men anyway. Like, you get out of a situation what you put into it. So, like when I hear people say, "I deserve this, I deserve that," like you put in the inner work first. Then you see what you can attract back out in the dating market.
Right. So, and sometimes they do deserve it. That's why they don't have nothing. Sometimes you do deserve sometimes you do deserve it. That's why a lot of people don't have nothing. It's a lot of people that say they deserve that's single. It's a lot of people that say they deserve that's homeless. It's a lot of people that say they deserve that's jobless. And you get what I'm saying? So you may, sometimes, not speaking in all senses, but sometimes when people say, I deserve to get this, but you ain't putting in the work. Yeah. So that's why you where you are. You deserve, everybody deserve to have a dream, but everybody can't be Martin Luther King. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can,
So let me show you this. All right. So when it comes to the dating market, do y'all feel like, and I'm gonna go to you with this one, Hafiz. When it comes to the dating market, are some men being taken advantage of? Because I did read online saying that a third of women use men for dinner dates, meaning that they have no intention. They have no intentions on. Maybe they get a free meal, cool, but they have no intentions on seeing a guy again. Let's talk about that a little bit.
They said a
third of women use men for dinner dates. It's like for a free meal. I heard this one girl say this woman got a Monday dude, a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday dude. She said, okay, I know if when I talk to this sucker, he gonna take take me here. When I talk to this sucker, he gonna take me there.
That's a lot.
So I'm like, yo, is that how the game go?
It's definitely happening. I mean, both. I mean, this is why I said earlier that, especially in our community, dating and relationships have become so transactional. It's like I do this. It's definitely going down.
Has it happened to you?
Have I been taken advantage of?
I mean, in that manner.
I'm sure
with the dinner dates.
I'm sure. Yeah, I took a girl out and I thought maybe something was gonna come of it, and then she was thinking otherwise. Yeah. And then I think what has turned a lot of other men off, like you said, to pick it back to your point, is when they see like men getting ridiculed for it on social media. You seeing like when it's nature in real time, and it's already like we already know on the first interaction, the first date, the man is generally assuming the risk, right? Yeah. And now it used to be like the first date used to just be something simple. Now you seeing this viral list of places where people don't want to be taken on the first date.
If this nigga ain't taking you here, you ain't doing nothing.
But check this out. Look at that. Let's do it like this. Look at the ages these women putting these lists out there, bro.
They in their 20s.
Come on, bro. These is come on now. Like,
and y'all shouldn't be going after them anyway.
But see, the women, the more mature women, they looking for the 80s and the 90s dudes. Bro, they want the LL Cool J's that's singing and rapping and ready to...
No, we don't.
Yeah, that's what y'all want. Yeah, they want the bottom. That's what they want. Nah, they want the old school.
We want y'all to rap and sing.
They want the jagged edges. They want you to be...
He's talking about the image.
Like you want that old school. Y'all want that. You said you want the man to be the man. Like, you got to think like, that's what
I'm not following.
No. It's okay. With my age, I'm an 80s baby. So anybody in the 80s want somebody of the 80s of the 90s.
Yeah, because we talk the same time.
There you go. There you go. So
you was throwing me off with jagged edge and stuff. I was like,
but he was talking about the image. Like you want like his thug appeal, but in touch with his sensitive side.
Yeah, you gotta let him know. Yeah. So, but it's like you gotta think these women, bro. They 22, throwing these lists out.
Yeah.
And you gotta think of the dudes they running across.
Right.
Cause I hear a lot of dudes be tricking proudly, like tricking on them, and I'm like, and sometimes I be wondering, like, man, instead of us blame some of these women, sometimes like, do the dudes throw salt in the game? You know, and that's gonna be a question I was gonna follow up with too. Because now these women getting used to it. It's like, okay, well, Hafiz, this dude over here just threw me a bag.
Keon, this is how pretty much what it is, man. Like I said, this is why it's deregulated. You have that going on, and then some guys they rather just do that. Because to not to old school way, it's like I'm paying her to leave. Like we can have a good time. You probably smash, and I'm paying her to leave. Like I don't got to do all this extra stuff. You know, I'm just going with, like, it's a transactional.
Like he go $1,000, baby. This is what I want.
Do what you got to do. She know what time it is.
But they don't even be doing it like that, because you see a lot of the podcasts where the women be like, it's been a month and they got like a Birkin bag or something crazy or whatever, or investment. Or you see even the shows, the Balloon Pop show where they were talking about expensive gifts within 2 months or whatever the case may be, like that. And it's like, what? So some of the men, I said this. I said, y'all do need to fault some of the men for tricking off and making it, because then you have a lot of women who feel entitled. And they shouldn't, but that's what they're creating. And it's not fair to them. It's not fair to you.
It's not fair, but I hear you, V, but every woman doesn't think like you.
Oh, you're saying like me?
Yeah, like how you said it's not right. But you go right to Instagram, there it is, ready for sale.
Ready for sale. And then young women are looking at this like, okay, so this is so if you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, then you ain't taking me on a date. But they not look. Go ahead.
You got to think of the dudes they coming across. You got to think. Yeah. People in their 20s and stuff. Think in today's society, what they doing in their 20s. They scamming. So they used to they scamming, they, you know what I'm saying, they
content
outside.
Creators, they're doing different things.
It's too much money. So that's what I'm saying. So when you come across somebody that's 23, 24 putting their list out, maybe she done ran across somebody that was $50,000 in the pocket the first day he met her.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe he was driving a Bentley the first day he pulled her. You get what I'm saying?
So she was like, all right, well, that's
and that's what she used to. That's what she accustomed to. She might be in love with that man, and he probably long gone. But that was her image, so that's what she gonna go with. He treated her the best, so that's why she gonna go. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's all these lists out and.
And I feel you said in their 20s, but also too on some of these ridiculous podcasts, it'd be women in their 30s and 40s having these unrealistic. That's what, bro. They be on that. They be on that BS too, and I be like, yo, like this one lady was like, well, my man, he sent me, I guess he sent me $70 for lunch or what. I'm like, you only giving me $70 for lunch? I'm like, damn, what kind of lunch you eating? Like what kind of lunch are you eating? Like,
how about he sent you money for lunch as it was the gesture?
Right.
It doesn't matter how much it was. Yeah.
But if a man sends me this, I don't know what I would. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And then there was another woman that said, she said, cash up her $500 before you can talk to me. Like flirt with me in my cash app. That's what you do.
That's crazy work.
Yeah.
500.
She said I'm into that. $500.
What she look like?
500
light skin, blonde hair. I mean, she was cute. I mean, like most guys, they would see her out. They would be like, they would.
Yeah, but is she $500 cute? Like you about to send $500 to her?
Not to me. I mean, maybe some guys. Maybe.
So I got a question for both of you guys, man. And I'm gonna start with you, Rory, and then I'm gonna end with Hafiz, and then we'll go to me. And B gonna trip off this. So when it comes to dating, you know, I know you guys probably good looking guys, so I know you probably out here in the dating market or in a relationship. What is your vetting process? If you're out here dating and you out here, you know what I mean, you want to do it right, you want to take a chick seriously, what is your vetting process? Just so you won't get scammed or you won't get the bullshit. Maybe you Ray Charles to the fuckery that's going on out here. So I need to know, start with you, Roy, and just take your time, brother. Yeah. What is your vetting process? How you know when it's real, when it's like, man, that's a dud.
I'm gonna let you know right now, I tell them that I'm broke. As soon as I meet a female, I tell them no, I let them know right now I'm broke. I don't have no money. So if you come from a whole bunch of money, don't think you getting it from me. And I could be loaded.
Right.
I could be loaded. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's how I'm coming off.
Because you're gonna weed them out.
Because a lot of women, when they hear broke or unemployed or financially challenged, let's say that. When you hear those, when you hear those words, oh, you get what I'm saying? When you hear those words, women start to twitch a little bit. Like it's like they robot. Like they look like they start to twitch when they hear broke or I'm down bad. Oh no, they start twitching, boy. They whole head and eyes start twitching.
Like,
so to that right there, like that's how I start. I ain't gonna lie. That's how I start off. I'm like, listen, I don't got no money, so.
But is that what you go into, or like still, just even in how do you initiate the conversation to get to know? Like, what do you look for?
I mean, so what I look for in a woman, number one, well, obviously we have to be honest. Like, men are visual, so if you can't, appease me, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta be attracted.
It's not going. You get what I'm saying?
That's gonna get you. That's gonna make you interested.
That's a notch.
In her.
That's
a step two. Yeah.
Now I want to know what's your name. Now I want to know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you.
And then the conversation goes, and I'm kind of a funny guy, so I make them laugh and let them know I'm broke.
That's how you get them.
I laugh and I let them know. I laugh and let them know, I throw it out there as a joke just to see, just to see how it go. And
Now, have you ever gave a woman enough rope to where she hung herself? Like maybe y'all in the process of getting to know each other, but then she said something, didn't even know she said it, and you already peeped game early. You sitting here like,
there's so many red flags. There's so many red flags done popped up in conversations that a lot of women, because they do the same thing with men. But like I said, they hear a few things. With me, bro, I can hear a whole conversation full of red flags, and like at the end of the conversation, it's like, well, like I'm already knowing that's it. And I'm not even going to explain to you why I'm not even going to talk to you anymore. It's no point. There's no point. You get what I'm saying? Like I was always told, never argue with a tree that don't bear fruit. So like I'm not about to explain. I'm not about to explain myself to you when you can't even explain what you just said to me. I'm not going for it. But I done, and I done hung myself before too.
Respect.
You do it like
Been
that.
there, baby.
I done hung myself before too. Like I done, you could talk yourself out of a situation or into a situation.
Quick.
So I done been rambling and and never seen her again. So, you know, I done had both sides of the fence.
So before we go to Obvious, let me ask you this. What qualifies a woman to get on Rory's team? Like if it's like, man, when I see these traits or when a woman show me this and that and that, now she's qualified to be in my presence. Okay. The dating, the whatever we could do, the part after dark.
Keeps your interest.
So before we even get to the park and all that stuff, conversations come up about religion. You got to love God, and that's just me. So I don't want to disrespect anybody. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to push anything on anybody. I don't want. This is just me. You get what I'm saying? You got to love God. But Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You get what I'm saying? Respect. It's not just about God because there's a lot of gods.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's just me. You get what I'm saying? That's just me. So if you can get past I'm broke, then we can, you get what I'm saying? Then we can get into some conversation like that. But that's what drives me. That's what's going.
And it's actually kind of funny when you tell them, hey, I'm broke, baby. That might be an icebreaker sometimes. That might just open them up like, for a man to have enough balls to say that.
But the point is, I'm sure some of the women probably stayed because we really know.
They know what's going on.
Yeah, if men are broke, they're not putting that out there.
They're not going to,
that's not your pride.
Yeah.
We ain't stupid. So it's like, okay.
So you say women can sit, they know what's up. They see the humor.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like the fake ones is gonna really run and be like, "Oh my God, no,"
because they ain't got it together anyway.
But the real ones is gonna be like, you know what?
And then I'm gonna say, I'm broke too, babe. What's up?
Let's have fun.
Pretty much broke. Hey, let's have fun together. Those some of the best times anyway.
Let's do it 2 for 2.
Everything is free. Everything is free. We're going to the park. We going downtown. We doing free stuff.
You might even get an ice cream. You might even get an ice cream cone.
You gonna get it. Don't go to Dairy Queen. I know some people. Everything gonna be free on the first date. Don't worry about it.
Free 99,
Listen,
baby.
man, but that's just me. Like I said, it starts with that conversation right there. Religion kicks in. That's what the conversation. Once that conversation, and I feel it in my spirit, then we can take it a little further. Because I'm kind of like an onion. You get what I'm saying? Like you got to peel. But you're gonna cry a little bit. While you peeling them top layers. But once you get to that middle and you get what I'm saying, you understand me and stuff like that, and
it's funny you said it because people do have different layers to them. Because when we date people, we fall in love with the ideal of a person, but you got to understand that there's layers to a person. You got to love the crust, the layers. You got to love all that just to get to where you need to be. But sometimes we get so infatuated with the idea, but then when you really get to know them, you be like, but all that come with it.
A lot of dudes be in too deep already. You get what I'm saying? A lot of dudes are infatuated with a woman's look that by the time they get into a woman's brain, into a woman's heart, bro, it's just it's too late. Yep. They too stuck on how good she look, on how good she can cook. You get what I'm saying?
That can happen both ways too, man, and women.
Absolutely. Too, so COVID showed a lot.
There was a lot of
breakups. There was a lot of divorces. And there was a lot of babies.
People was breaking leases, but they wasn't even waiting.
Ain't nobody staying.
It was rough for a lot of people.
That showed you that a lot of people are in it for the wrong reasons.
That's right. Yeah.
A lot of people in it just for the wrong reasons. And it could have been the right reasons. It just turned into
something different,
You get what I'm saying? And that happens. That's life. You get what I'm saying? That's life. It happens. But that's just with me. That's how I vet. That's how I move up. You get what I'm saying?
That's awesome. And before we get to how piece with the vetting process, I do feel like every man should have a vetting process and qualify people, because sometimes we throw shit on the wall hoping it sticks because our mentality is, man, I'm trying to smash. I'm trying to get to her. I got to get this woman. She's so fine.
Man, what happened to the 90-day rule, man? What happened to the old school 90-day rule? You get what I'm saying? And that's men and women. What happened to that point? What happened to we ain't gonna hug, we ain't gonna kiss, we're not gonna do anything physical for 90 days. We just gonna talk. Yeah. We might go out to date. We might go out to dinner, go out to the park and stuff like that.
But that's a good question. Some people may have to go into rehab You know what I mean? You know what I mean? To try to do that. I mean, I get you though. If we ain't put in place the 90-day rule, that might make a big difference.
But beyond that, can I say something?
Go ahead.
I just posted yesterday on my story about Brandon Marshall's interview he did about being
about
celibate.
the celibacy.
Yeah, being celibate and the
Mm-hmm.
reasons why, and closer to God and to Jesus, to your
Absolutely,
point, and
yes.
everything
Absolutely,
like that. And
absolutely.
so it was so cool to see in the comments. We know a lot of women are doing it, but now more men are coming out vocal saying either they're being celibate until marriage, like I am, or they are being celibate or whatever the case may be. And then you saw a lot of men able to speak up because of he put it out there. And then this one dude was like, it's been 6 years, and then a lot of people, both men and women, were in the comments like, it is something beautiful when, as far as men, we know it's hard for you guys, but y'all do show sexual discipline. That's very attractive, right? And so because we know it's very, it's challenging trying to overcome lust, right? So and stay tuned because that will be another episode. Thank you.
But you know what, you said something very interesting because I noticed when I've been in relationships where we've taken sex off the table, it brought us closer together, or it made me realize that we only strangers. You know what? Maybe we're not a good fit for each other, but some good sex can blind a mother.
That's why I'm telling you, the 90 days, if everybody can get back to the 90 days or at least 30 days, because there are a lot of one night stands.
Man.
You get what I'm saying? There are a lot of club blur babies.
Man,
You were blur. Yeah.
Not the club blur.
Let's be for real. 2 or 3 o'clock in
Miami.
One night in my
one night in Vegas, boy. I was there. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, what happened to that? Like, a lot of men and women aren't disciplined enough.
It's a hookup culture.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, it's a microwavable. Everything is microwavable. What happened to the crock pots?
And love me some good crock pot.
What happened to them? What happened to the grandma? What happened to the grandmas and the mama and the women that really knew how to took their time? And
you know, it's funny you mention that because I do feel like the older generation is a bit responsible for how society is, because I feel like some of the older women are not educating these younger women, and some of the older men are not educating these young men about how to date, how to court and stuff. And I think if they got more involved in that process,
they are. A lot of you have to be receptive to the information that you are.
Oh, so you're saying one ear, one out the other.
Yeah, they're not
a lot of
listening.
men and women ain't trying to hear that. If it ain't going for what it's going for right now, I'm not trying to hear about what you're saying about retirement in 40 years and 401ks and my wife with 5 kids and that big house. Ain't nobody. A lot of the generation ain't trying to hear that. That you get what I'm saying? That future stuff. A lot of people want it now. If it ain't gonna solve this problem now, I'm not trying to hear.
It's funny you said that because my uncle, he passed away a couple years ago. He used to always give me speeches and always tell me stuff, and I used to go on one ear and not the other. But then, as I'm older today, I said, man, I'd do anything to get a speech from him again. Just talk to me, just to take it in. I said, man, but you don't realize what you got when it's gone. You be like, yo, you sit back, you start reflecting. You be like, damn, well, he gave me $1 million worth of game for free,
and we didn't even know it. We didn't even know it, bro. That's what I'm saying. We weren't receptive.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. What's your process?
I know I've mentioned some of my stuff before as far as like vetting. Just like in the initial interaction, and this is something that I encourage a lot of other guys, just seeing where her interest level is. Because you can get a number or interact with a girl at a club or a venue, at a grocery store, gas station. I mean, on rare occasions, I know most men are just not approaching women like that. But if you do, and how you can tell if it's high interest, if like the communication and reciprocation is like bouncing back and forth. So that's the first indication that there's high interest. And then with me, just, figuring out like if I can, most importantly, be myself around her. Like we can talk. Like the conversations are not just like tight, where I gotta probe myself or what I needed to say. So that's the second thing. And then of course attractive. I always want to find her visually and aesthetically appealing to me, and make sure that some of our ideals align with each other. I know it's not gonna always be, but long as the major things align with each other, And those are like 3 of my core things that I kind of just look for.
That's pretty much it for all men, to be honest. Like
that's pretty much me too.
Yeah.
Definitely physically, but for me, that conversation got to be that
Yeah,
endless conversation, talk.
Yeah. You can just talk and be yourself.
That openness, but also,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. To me, it's the spirit of a woman. Because have you ever met somebody that, you know, they say all the right things or maybe they're attractive, but they spirit ain't right? It's something about, but you can't describe it though.
Their energy. Yeah.
But it's a certain energy they bring. But then when they talk to you, it's cool. Or, you know, when you're vibing with them, it's cool. But then you just know that something about her spirit just ain't right.
It ain't there.
So it keeps you from really going there. I mean, y'all may hang out sometimes or whatever, but it's like, you know what I mean? So it's sometimes it's that spirit that when you feel it, you be like, oh man. Like you just know when people, even with friends and stuff, you just know when people are solid. You just know when it's like, okay, if I gave her my heart, if I took my heart out of my body and gave it to her, she'll treat it better than hers.
Mm-hmm.
So what keeps y'all interest though? How do they maintain? Because I'm thinking that should be different from what initially attracts you. Because I like what you said, because we're noticing that it's easy you start dating somebody every 2 weeks, and it's especially people who date online, and then in a month later they ain't even talking to the person, and they're going through every month. It's a new person, and there's no longevity. So what are y'all doing to make sure, okay, this is gonna make it past 4 months?
So for me, I love support. Showing up. Reason why I say that, everybody has their stories, childhood traumas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, being there is the world to me. That's just it. Supporting me means the world. That's just me.
Standing
you
with
get what I'm saying? So like if I'm doing something and you show appreciation without even me saying it. If I'm just, you know, hey, I got a movie coming out, and then you pop up while I'm at work with a cheesecake, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, just something. I got you.
You got me in under 30 days, like. But it's just me though. Like I said, I'm you know, some men need different things. You get what I'm saying?
You're simple with it, you know. But sometimes it's those little things that make such a big. I got you, big impact.
You went to Walmart and got me a pack of beef jerky, baby. I needed that. I needed that for the rest of the week. You got me yogurt and granola for the morning, so I don't gotta stop me getting no food. You thought about me.
But some people don't even though y'all think it's simple. Some women may not even know how to support because when you caught up on yourself, you know, individual, because we live in that society where it's transactional and it's individualism. It's hard for people to even provide support because we see that as friends. It's hard for people to support their friends.
True.
They hate from on the low, right? And so, I mean, I see that every time I travel. So it's just like, it's ridiculous. So, you know, even though that it's major to you, there are some women that you're going to disqualify because you're like, they don't even know how to. And you can't teach it. It's like
you can't teach them. Yeah.
I was gonna ask y'all that. Can you teach an old dog new tricks, or can you teach? Can some women be taught if they're open to it, or some things are just ingrained in them to where they just can't be taught?
Some things like what he's saying and how he's saying is deep to him. It's hard. Like you can show a woman or what supportive looks like to you, and she gets it. But you have to see that in her initially. Like she just gonna easily pour into him. She just gonna easily be there for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she's not. And she's
I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
If you can see, like, I know I'm going back to like gender roles. If you can see some of that stuff early initially, like how her just like catering to you, and then him being the man and just like being already protectiveness. That's why I said masculine and feminine energy. Women, your feminine energy is your superpower. It can make the most alpha man protect you like a delicate dandelion.
It's funny you mentioned that. My uncle used to always say, you want to know if a woman's really for you, just sit back and just watch her. If you take her to a cookout and y'all sitting down, does she go over and get you a plate? Hey, let me get you a plate. Hey, let me. Hey, baby, I'm finna go get me some. No, I got it, babe. I'm gonna get that lemonade for you.
See, it be the simple stuff.
Or maybe it could be something simple as, I know every day at 7:45 she gonna give me a call. hey, I had a bad day. Even if she's had a crazy day that day, it's almost like, hey, this has been a rough day, but I just want to call to check on you. You okay? Okay, yeah, I'm going to bed a little early, but I just thought about you.
And see, and I said to you, I didn't know that was a thing because for me, like when I host stuff, and he knows this is like my bro, right?
Yeah.
Love him to death, like my bro. But there's been times like I've hosted stuff, and he knows all my friends, and I'll make him a plate.
Right.
Just
Right.
He's not meaning he's a man, but I'm just that's in my
you.
spirit.
That's you.
Right.
That's
I don't
just
have
you.
a problem. But some women be like, why are you making him play? He can make his own day, your man. And I'm like, it's just so some
Are
people
those women single? They probably single. No, I'm just joking.
But I'm just saying, sometimes it's harder for women, or we don't, especially if you're used to dating a lot of men, it's hard for us to pick up on what is your thing. That's why I do like when we talk about at least community. Yes, it's beautiful when certain things are going to be organic. People know I'm nurturing. I can't hide that. I'm a very nurturing person. But some things is like it is for women. We're not mind readers, so it does help when men do articulate this is what they like and stuff, or different things.
I had to learn that a lot too.
Did you?
You have to. I mean, obviously, all women aren't the same.
Right.
So the way you speak to one woman,
it's different.
somebody, she ain't going for it. I'm telling you, she's not going. You can try to raise your voice in the slightest way, and she's not going for it. You get what I'm saying? And some women, they are so used to that. That's one of their languges. I know he loves me because he yells at me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus
that's a love language.
Versus somebody.
That's
versus,
that toxic love.
That's like that should be a whole new love language. Toxic. That should be the new love language. Somebody that's toxic, like, cause it's bad, my boy. But like I said, a lot of people just aren't receptive. You can tell a woman a lot of things, and if it doesn't resonate to her based off of experiences and everything she's been through, you can tell her a million times that she's not gonna get it. And men too. You could tell a man, you see this trash and you walk past it all the time. Why I gotta keep telling you to take it out? Certain men, when they would get a gang of cuss, so certain men would get their tail whooped if they heard it, if they was asked a lot of times. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of men react to, boy, didn't I tell you? You get what I'm saying?
Didn't I tell you to take the trash out?
Extra fear. You get what I'm saying? Like, like you gotta have that. Sometimes you gotta have that extra fear in people, and to spark them. And then some people you gotta talk them delicate, like you said. You gotta talk to them very, very subtle, like babies. You get what I'm saying? Because any slightest, from a 1 to a 5, she cracking down, she crying. You don't love me. Why are you talking to me like that? And then a lot of stuff may start coming out with that just based off your tonality.
Then at that point, as a man, you got to figure out, do I want to deal with this or not? Because OG told me a long time ago, he said, the only issue I have with y'all young men is y'all want a woman that's already perfect or already trained up to fit you. But you got to understand, when a woman's coming into your life, she's the byproduct of the man she dealt with before you. So you want a woman to come in perfect. Fellas, these women ain't coming in perfect.
Absolutely.
You may have to be a little patient a little bit. You may have to take her through a training process, kind of like when you start class and they get your ass a syllabus. Hey, this is what I require. This is it. I'm not saying that's always the case, because some people, like you said, some people are not teachable, but they are a byproduct of the men that they've been with before you. Because I used to have that issue where I'm like, man, why isn't she doing what I want her to do? Why doesn't it come easy? But I didn't realize, hey, you don't know who she been with before you. You have no idea. So when she coming into your life, you thinking, okay, well,
yeah.
You thinking you want the finished product. Nah, it ain't. Yeah. I mean, and that's a facade too. Like, a lot of people are looking for the full product.
It's a blank canvas, baby. You got to
not understanding that you're not for yourself. You get what I'm saying? Just because you can be of some statue or of some title, you're still lacking something.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Everybody isn't perfect. And a lot of people are looking for perfection. A lot of people are really looking for perfection, bro.
I ain't never met a perfect person in my life.
You're not going to. The last perfect person is not here no more.
That's right.
He been gone. So that's but like I said, some people just, they like to see, like I said, Instagram is a lot, bro.
Right.
Social media.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Speaking of social media, man, do y'all feel like dating apps give people an illusion of endless options to choose from, so they're not really necessarily taking the dating process seriously because of the dating apps? They have such an abundance, and I saw this stat the other day saying that women have way more options on dating apps than men do.
Oh, do they?
Because the men try to go on dating apps and swipe left and swipe right all the time, but every man want a woman. So
I believe
I'm talking about on a scale of 1 to 10, you got women that are 1s and 2s. With so many options on dating apps, and the women that are 10, so they get just as much. Oh a 2 can get just as much attention as a 10. That's crazy work. And I hate to say this because our women are beautiful. I hate to say this, but our women are beautiful. But there was a time where a 2 knew she was a 2, a 10 knew she was a 10. Go ahead.
Well, we're in an age where average women think they're settling for average men. In some cases, and then also to piggyback with the whole dating apps swiping, there's more men on dating apps, so the numbers are already screwed. So, and then most women, they did a study, most women swipe left on most men on dating apps.
What is swipe left again?
Swipe like reject.
Okay.
And most men would probably swipe right on most girls because most men don't have as many valuable options as women do. And it's apparent. True. Just like when you look on when you look on social media, if a guy posts something and a woman posts something, they can be both equally attractive. The woman's going to get more attention, views, and likes than the guy. That's like they said, an exceptional man, an average at best woman has more options, more sexual options at least, than an exceptional man. In today's dating.
But do you feel like women can confuse a sexual option from having a great option? Because a lot of women always say, "Hey, I got options. I got a lot of men that want me, but baby, they just trying to get in your pants, baby." But when you break down the law of averages, are they options that you would bring home to your dad, to your mom? That's a completely different game. But we ain't breaking it down like that. We just saying, "Hey, I don't need you, Keon. I don't need you, Hafiz. I got options." Okay,
you might, and I believe you do.
Especially if they settle.
So what caliber options do you have? What caliber options do you have?
People do.
You might have 20,
people settle, 30. So they think they got a lot of
most men will smash most women, but most women won't smash most men.
Yeah, it's true.
Man, a man.
It's sad, it's true.
It is even more apparent now.
It's sad, but it's true, for real.
A man, a screw a night fighter, man.
That's sad.
I know that's sad for us men.
So now y'all see why we think it's attractive when there's sexual discipline. Because we know that. Like, y'all will just hit anything and keep it moving. Like,
and that's one thing about man, that post-nut clarity is a mother. Like, after that, you come to your senses real quick. You be like, man, what have I done? Man. Yeah. What you about to do? Yeah. But what I was gonna say, I lost my train of thought. But you got a point. You got a strong point there, though. But man, it's crazy work. But yeah, man.
So I have a question on your topic. What can we do? Is there something women can do to help y'all get more interested in dating?
Yeah, just be women. Be women.
Just asking.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. To get us back into it again, I feel like they have to be more realistic in their approach. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like some women have unrealistic expectations, but not all. Because you got women like you out there that's more practical when it comes to that. I think another thing too, you have to be who you're trying to attract. I think you got a lot of people out here that they want something, but they're not it. Yeah. Be what you're trying to attract. Don't try to be. Right. Don't try to be here, but then you expecting this man to be here, but you ain't that. It just doesn't make it. It's an oxymoron. It just doesn't make any sense.
That's good.
You know what I mean? And just be approachable. You know, I hear a lot of men say, "Man, I'm scared to approach women now." I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Man, when I try to approach women, they look at you like you bothering them." Or like you a second-class citizen. You can't even approach women no more. That's why there's a thing going out saying that the nightlife is dying. A lot of people are saying the clubs are not even the clubs anymore. A lot of and when you look at the clubs now, and I haven't been in a club in a long time, they say it's mostly women. Because usually when people go to clubs, people come with their friends. They're not mingling anymore. People are not dancing with each other like they used to do in the 90s. I mean, I remember the club used to be an experience. Now it's like,
You got to get a section. They ain't got no dance floor.
I'm not going to the
You go for
So
everything.
that's what I said.
You go for everything.
That and singles events. That and singles events.
Singles event. A lot of women say when they go to singles events,
they said
men are not showing up.
Yeah, matchmakers have stopped doing singles events.
Yeah.
It's several matchmakers online saying that I've tried to throw singles events. I had to cancel because like one or two men signed up and a bunch of women.
Crazy. And then the women like, guys, you don't like. And then what women try to do when those things happen, they said they try to attack our manhood. Say, okay, I don't like women anymore, fellas. Where you at? We throwing these brunch events with all these beautiful, sexy, educated women. Where you at, fellas? But little do they know, it's almost like they always stating the obvious. But have you ever thought about the why? Why aren't these men coming to these events? Why aren't men turned off from dating? Why aren't men courting like they used to? Why aren't men taking us seriously? Like, I think, and this is just me, my advice to ladies, try to understand the why first before you attack a man's manhood saying, okay, they must be gay. They must don't like women no more. Men hate women. Men don't hate women. I'm sure if every man had it their way, if they could have an amazing woman by their side every day, I'm sure most men would take that deal. But in this day and age, unfortunately, a lot of men, they take what they can get. I'm just being honest.
And I think men would be receptive to having a conversation with women. Like, why y'all guys stop approaching us? What's going on? It's a lot of different layers, but I think they'll be receptive. I think men, especially in the Black community, will be more receptive to open conversations of like, why a lot of men have checked out, or why y'all not approaching us like they used to. I think we'll be open.
Crazy, man.
Man, just date, like you said, just date where you at. If I mean, like I said, if you just feel it in your soul that you a 1 and you can get a 10, my brother, then go get you a 10. But if you know in your soul every day you look in the mirror and you ain't no 10, just get somebody who gonna love you for you. Let's just do it like that. I'm gonna be saying it in a nice way. Get somebody who gonna love you. There's somebody for everybody. Yeah. Just find who love you for you. And just go with it. Just run with it.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. How do y'all feel about women shooting they shot at men? How do y'all feel about if y'all chilling and then woman she just shoot her shot? She's going after what she want. Is that a turn off, or is that something attractive that you men may find attractive? Because I think a lot of women out here need to know, because I've heard women say, hey, I just shoot my shot and just see what he says. How do y'all feel about that?
I think more women should shoot their shot. Honestly, I think they should. I'm not saying that's a definite. Like, women should just do that. Like, I think they should be open to. I mean, because when you think about it, 80% of women desire what 20% of the men anyway. So if you see a handsome guy over there, he got it going on. In most relationships, most people have gotten to relationships when the woman actually made the first move.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Because at the end of the day, men, like I've said this before, men look for ways to qualify a woman versus women look for ways to disqualify a man. There's a difference. So when a guy first initially has an encounter with a woman, he looks like, okay, she's cute, right? He sizes her up and he figures out where he can qualify. If she's girlfriend material, side chick, wifey. Whereas as a woman, she look at a man like, oh, okay, I'm just waiting for him to say one thing that I'm just qualifying. It's apparent when we look at the Pop Balloon show where they got the matching couple there.
Quick.
And when they talking, they asking those last qualifying questions. Bop.
It's crazy.
Man, women, shoot your shot. Like, don't. What you waiting on? What you like? Because you will never know. That man could be your knight in shining armor, but because of the traditional women aren't used to approaching men, or they weren't. That's not something mama and grandma and great grandma and aunties taught them. Nah, if a man wants you, he gonna come to you. That's what everybody is, accustomed to. So
about the pursuit.
Absolutely.
Because I was going to challenge you on that, because like for me, if a woman approached me, and I'm attracted to it and the vibe is there, cool. But you got a lot of people that's religious saying, hey, a man who findeth a wife. Find it the good
Find
thing.
a good thing. Yeah.
And a lot of them say a woman shouldn't be finding anything. She needs to be in position and needs to make sure that she already supposed to be living like a girlfriend or a wife. She already supposed to be
Like a
feminine.
wife.
She already supposed to be already ready. So when somebody like Hafiz or Rory come through, hey, what's your name? She's already in position. She's just waiting on you to just snatch her. That's how it should be.
That's how it should
biblically.
be. But, yeah, right. But we're living in modern times where we're in a different dating climate now, right? Where women are now our co-workers, and sometimes even our bosses. Yeah. So we're not. Things have strayed more left or strayed afar from traditional.
True.
Now.
Piggyback to what you were saying, a man can still find his wife, and she can approach him. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So you can still find a man that findeth the wife.
Because he got to recognize her as the wife.
Yeah, he still got to see it.
Still,
You can find her.
The veil got to be removed.
Yeah.
And she could just walk up to you like, hey,
how you doing?
I see. We both been looking at each other.
You know what? And that leads me to my next question really quick. And I'm going to ask all you guys this. If the wrong person approached you and the right person approached you, both of them equally attractive, both of them have equal qualities, both of them are well established, and they both of them are very likable. Could you tell the difference?
Over time, yeah. I think it's hard to initially tell the difference because regardless of what we say, people are going to put their best foot forward and they're going to show them
Oscar woman. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But definitely over time, with what my non-negotiables are, I'm looking more at the character anyway. That's why that's why I say, even though I say it can't be a huge salary gap, I don't ask a man off the jump what he does.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, not even I just like what he does, because I just let me fill him out with other questions first, because I'm big on integrity, and to your point, number one is spirituality. Right. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Thank you. And so that has to, it's some stuff I need to figure out first before we even get there. So
time
over time,
time
you
is
can.
the key thing.
Yeah.
It'll be hard. It'll be absolutely hard
in the beginning.
You get what I'm saying? To kind of figure out like which one is good for you, which one is not good for you. Like you said, time is going. Time and conversation, time and communication. That's what's going. You get what I'm saying? And then, like you said, like, to piggyback on everybody, energy speaks volumes. So you can have two very, very attractive women in front of you, and they can have the same conversation, same body, same everything going on. But their energy, that energy, whichever type of energy you have inside you.
I was going to say that. How much is it?
Whatever type of energy you have inside you is going to attract the person with that same type of energy. So
you are what you attract.
You got bad energy, my boy, you're going to get you feel me? But if you got great energy, you get what I'm saying? If you're vibrant, that's who you're going to attract, like you said. Yeah. That's who you're going to attract.
Yeah. Good thing.
Yeah, exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Let me make sure this last question. Is there a future for men and women as far as family, love, dating, going back to that old school love, going back to how it used to be? Is there a future? Or would you guys say the way it is now, you don't see that? And I'm going to just go around. I'm going to start with you, Hafiz, and we work more around. Is there a future for men and women? I don't mean individual. I'm talking about togetherness and really building and family and all that stuff.
Just in general, or are we talking about the black community?
We could say black community. We could keep it black. I mean, either or, but men and women, because obviously there's a disconnect with men and women when it comes to this dating thing. So my thing is, do you see it improving, and do you see a future with both people, loving each other, building together, having families, putting God first, doing it the way we're supposed to do it?
I'm gonna keep it honest with you, Keon. I don't know, man. I think
that's real.
Like,
that's honest.
The older generation, like 80s babies, I feel like we were the last generation. Like, we're kind of like I ain't gonna say forgotten generation, but like we're the generation that knows, we're inclined with all the new stuff, but we also old enough to know how things used to be, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And they say we were the last generation that actually kind of like seen the last bit of traditional. And that has, our culture, like I say, our culture has completely just, and some people say Gen Z has just destroyed the dating market. It's just so toxic now. It's just so toxic now with the music.
They say 60% of men that's 30 and younger, 60% of them are single. They'd rather be at home playing video games, watching porn excessively than go out and date women. I'm like, yo, that's crazy work.
Being single looks more thriving now for a lot of people versus being in a relationship, having family. I mean, I not me personally, but just to the mass of people, man. Yeah. You see how people they jump from relationship to the next, don't know who they with, having babies with who what. You know,
I had a young dude I was talking to at the gym. Man. He said, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I see my father, he broke his back, just trying to take care of his family. And I said to myself, man, the way my father struggled, he said, man, I said to myself, I don't want that. I just want to be the pretty nigga with the car getting these chicks. You know what I mean? To him, because he saw his father struggle and fight for his family. Y'all remember good times? Man, sometimes he had layups, but he fought tooth and nail to fight for his family. He said, man, I see my dad go through a tooth and nail and he still didn't get much. So he said, man, I just want to be the pretty nigga with the car with all these hoes, just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Just trying to be the pretty nigga with the car and these chicks. So I don't want that. Like, but it's like, damn, when do we make that? When do we make love and family stuff? When do we make that more attractive again? But when he said that, it kind of hit me in a way.
Keon, I'm like, wow. What we can do is like what we're doing right now, having these chocolate conversations to just kind of spark the dialogue, to really engage people. Because I know there's not a lot of visuals out there where nuclear families, black love, black power couples. If it is, it's highlighted with some ratchet mess, celebrity, they in and out having situations. But the best we can do is at least have the dialogue, spark the conversation. That's really the best that we can kind of continue to do. Or just, you can't save everybody, Keon, man. You can't save people, bro. Like you gotta do what's best for you and yours.
Respect. What about you, Rory? What you got?
Man, yeah, man, it's hope, man.
I like that. Positive.
It's hope, man. It is. And here's why I say that. Yeah. It starts from within. If you want to be a husband, you'll be a husband. If you want to be a wife, you'll be a wife. You'll know how to act, how to dress, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So there's hope, but it's only hope for the ones who truly, truly want it. You gotta want it, bro. Like nothing comes easy.
And that's real that you mentioned that, because like you said, we may not have the ability to save the whole community, but we can at least start with ourselves and start there.
Yeah. And because you'll be surprised how far your voice or your actions can take. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
You could be influencing a lot of people, bro, just having chocolate conversations. You get what I'm saying? That's like being in a committed relationship. You get what I'm saying? Like having a strong faith. Like it's shunned upon. You get what I'm saying? Of course, to the masses it's shunned upon, but the ones that really need it, bro, they gonna catch it. So like I said, it's hope only for those who actually want it.
Man, and that's why we have these things, man. When we put great people on a podcast, man, we have these conversations to help people, man. And we ain't just entertaining, but we want to just, hey, let's put the conversation out there and just see what we take from it, and learn and understand each other better.
Absolutely.
What about you, Doctor?
Thank you. I ain't gotta say too much.
I ain't gotta say too much. Rory over here, cooking. Rory over there cooking.
He was cooking right now. Because I agree, it's about you and having that hope. There's a lot of people who are hopeless. And there's actually cities where most people, they have that spirit of hopelessness around or whatever. And if you're hopeless, you're going to settle, or you're going to move in a manner of what you're saying, like you're always dating and things of that nature. Or you're going to, like the guy was saying, like, I saw this, but he didn't take the good from it. He just took the negative.
Him struggling, breaking his back for his family. And he's like, you know what?
Instead of seeing that there was a family, like maybe the holidays, or he was blessed to have the father in his house and have that example. So he looked more at the negative instead of, but when he gets older, he'll understand that. And he'll understand why it was easy for his dad to do that. So I agree. It's for whoever wants it. We hope that more people do. But in our Western culture, it is kind of a little bad out there, but you see a lot of people that's why when they travel, they go outside the country in different areas. And I think it's good, because then it opens up your perspective to see, like, how America is.
Different
It's
cultures.
it's like I don't like it here. Like it's like I already feel uncomfortable because you're supposed to set yourself apart. We ain't really supposed to be here, but you know what I mean. So it's just like I think it's going to. We can just pray and hope, right, and do things of this nature.
As I said, it's the inevitable, man.
Y'all took the words right out of my mouth. I do think it's just the individual. You know, if you want it, it's there for you. Now. Yeah. Is thought culture and all this stuff going to continue to erupt? Yes, it is. I think it's alive and well.
It's going to get worse.
It's too profitable.
Despite all of that, can you still find your spot? Can you still find your
spot in the ratchetness? Absolutely, you can.
But here's the thing: you got a lot of people out here that's they programmed by the media, by the music, by the sexy reds, my booty hole's brown. They brainwashed by that, so they buy into that culture. Right. And then you got people that can separate the entertainment from just reality.
Right.
You know what? It's just entertainment. But I want my husband or
I want my wife. Yeah,
and we're gonna do this the right way.
And see, a lot of people don't have the conversations. A lot of people don't have the conversations with their parents. A lot of people don't have the conversation with their grandparents if they're still alive. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have those conversations with them great uncles or them great aunts. Here's the thing, bro. Women are strong for a very, very powerful reason. And a lot of women are very uneasy when they have conversations of what made a woman strong. It's not always about work. Sometimes about how many times she cried to make sure your granddaddy was coming in the house. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of, you get what I'm saying? So those conversations need to be had. So a lot of people need to have.
It's funny, you went back to the old school. I remember those times, granddad and grandma going at it with each other. But then he came home drunk. She still made sure, hey, you hungry? You know, because it wasn't about, it was a duty. It was like, we still in love, regardless of what we go through, rain, sleet, or snow, to this day, every morning.
Yeah, man. And when you're married, you have that commitment. There's a certain duty that you take, that you as a person should take on when you get married. You get what I'm saying? A wife knows her duties. A husband knows his duties. You get what I'm saying? It's bad when it clashes. When the wife want to be the husband really sassy. He want to act like the wife for real. That's why everything start. You get what I'm. That's why the culture.
That's where it got messed up. Yeah.
Now you on the dating apps. Now you on the date app. You get what I'm saying? Like it's very scarce.
Man, this has been great, guys. Hello, guys. Before we get into the hot topic, hot mess of the day, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to this video, share this video. We got Rory in the building, Dr. V, Chocolate Boy Wonder, doing our thing. So we're going to do this next segment called Hot Topic, Hot Mess of the Day. And what it is any trending topic that's going on in social media, pretty much the hypocrisy. He's pretty much going to give the topic, and then each one of us is going to give our own opinions about it, regardless of what's going on. So I'm going to leave it over to Chocolate Boy Wonder.
I guess I'm really getting old school because a situation went viral. You might have heard about it, but can you imagine a mother walking upstairs to her son? Well, she received a text message saying, "Can you cook? Hey, Ma, can you cook some food for me?" But the text message is not from her son. It's from his girlfriend, who he's laying in the bed with, in her house with. So they come in the room. They had the video went viral. She's in the room. She see her son and his girlfriend in the bed together. They teenagers. And she texting the mother, "Can you make my boyfriend some food?" And she get in there and argue with, "No, that's your man. You can get up there and make some food. You supposed to be his girlfriend." I'm like, what? But are we missing the bigger picture? Why do we have teenagers in bed inside your house? So the video got so much backlash. And I just kind of want to bring it to y'all to get y'all take on it. Maybe is this new to me? This is new to me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The household I grew up in, I ain't bringing no women in there. I ain't bringing my mom didn't allow me to even bring a girl to come over and visit. Like ain't no girl. I'm like, what? And then then you had that little sister that gonna snitch on you if you try to bring it. She be like, I'm gonna tell mom. I said, girl, mama didn't play that. Like, man, let me bring a girl. Popped in the mouth.
You had to maybe sneak a girl in there, but what?
That's crazy work.
You said teenager.
Teenagers.
I have a teenage son.
Okay.
I remember when I was a teenager.
Uh-huh.
So I remember what I used to do. That right there was absolutely insane, bro.
Oh, so you saw it. He's like, yeah.
To you in the bed and your girlfriend asking her mama to cook some food.
For y'all.
First off, why is it okay for y'all to be in the bed together?
Yeah.
Let's start there. Why is it okay for your mom? Why is the door closed? What was your mama? What your mama? Why your mama think it's okay? Why your mama think it's okay that she allowed somebody? You get what I'm saying? I understand. You know, you had little friends and stuff like that, but what you think they was doing?
Right. With the door closed.
Going steady.
In the bed, covered up.
That's crazy.
So that's weird, man. That's why I said I have a teenage son, so I ain't going for it. It couldn't happen to me.
But do y'all feel like because of the parents are getting much, much younger than they used to be?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And now they don't stand on nothing when it comes to running their household the right way. And then you have more single parent households. You don't have that father in that household, regardless of how it's set up. Do you feel like that's what it is? Just the lack of.
Oh yeah.
For the last I would say, I don't know if I want to say 20 years, but at least the last 10 and 15 years, the parents have been younger. People were having kids but younger, and they're raising them different. That's why the generation is like every generation gets worse because they're having them younger. And you see, there's no big mamas. People are grandparents by 30.
She took the words out of my mouth.
People are grandparents by 30, 35.
Wow, that's crazy.
Ain't no more big mamas no more, bro. Like
I miss Big Mama too.
And they want to be their friend, and that's not how you diss them. No, no.
Bring a girl in. What?
Yeah,
I said, am I already? Am I considered old school? Because I never,
definitely,
ever. My parents would not play that.
Yeah,
and then had the audacity to ask the mom, what?
Yes, the girlfriend asked the mother, "Can you cook my boyfriend some food?"
And they standing there having a conversation. You supposed to be cooking your man some food. Why is he even in the house?
Yeah, and why is that your man and he a teenager?
So like she said it best.
I got a quick question. I got to ask: are they black?
Unfortunately, yes.
No.
Yeah, you know what time it was.
Yes.
You know what? Come on.
Yeah. This is why when you asked that last question, that's why I just said I can only have a hope for like core family nucleus. I mean, but it's when I see situations like that, I don't know. It's the inevitable. But us bringing that to this conversation, then it can help spark different mindset, a change in a different mindset.
But there you have it, folks. Chocolate Conversations podcast. I want to thank you, Rory, man, for coming on our show.
Yes,
and this won't be the last time we collab with each other either. So,
absolutely.
man, I just appreciate you, man, for just coming on, man. You've been a sport. You've been awesome, sharing your wisdom, dropping this game. But before you go, man, let people know where they can find you at. Let them know what you got coming up, any upcoming films, anything. Because this is your brand. This is your moment, man. So make it count, man. Let people know what you got going on.
So you can find me at DeMarvius Rory on Facebook. Instagram, you can find me at I am Rory _. So IAMRORIE _.
Okay.
You can follow me there. Projects, man, I got Snap that's about to come out that's really, really big that I finished in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Actually, this is my first time assisting directing a film that's coming out that's going to be called The Grass Is Greener. That'll be out in the summertime also.
Definitely be there to support you, man. So let me know when they come out.
Thank you. TV shows, so I'll be on your next P Valley season when it come out. You'll see me on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta next season when it come out.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
That's one of them that I will watch a little bit. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
I don't watch P Valley. I can't get it.
So
it's too much for me. It's too much.
It's a lot. Trust me, that's a whole nother show.
That's a whole
we'll talk about that, a whole nother conversation. Twin Pillars. That's a new show starring Darren Henson.
I know Darren Henson. Good actor.
Keith Sweat. Ali Talik, I think that's his name or whatever like that. We filmed that in Atlanta also. So that'll be coming out as well after Family Business goes off. Then that'll be coming on also.
On BET?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So hooked up with Darren.
Because it's about to go off because I think it's like 2 more episodes left.
Darren Henson. I hooked up with Darren Henson. Shout out to my casting agencies in Atlanta, SK Agencies. They definitely hook me up every time, all the time. So that's good. I want to shout out real quick. Shout out my boy clothing brand, Black Dollar.
Black Dollar, okay.
Great clothing brand. And yeah, that's where you can find me at, you know. Burns Brims. That's the last things. My boy makes hats.
Okay.
He's he makes like fedoras for like every hat you seen JB Smooth wear, he makes them.
Okay.
So he makes great fedoras, and everybody's based in Charlotte. So,
hey guys, don't be afraid to support black businesses too, man. At the end of the day, we all just trying to shine, get our 40 acres in the mule, and just trying to, help each other win. I want everybody to win, man.
Shout out
all this chocolate here,
man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
For sure,
Yeah,
man.
This is like the $1 million. This is like $1 million worth of game to me. This is my $1 million worth of game right here, man. So I appreciate that.
Hey, we give you your flowers early, man. Bless.
Man.
And once you're a part of Chocolate Conversations family, you're always family, brother. So
man.
you're always gonna be family to us, man.
I'm telling you.
And make sure we'll make sure everybody follow everybody too. Make sure everybody.
Absolutely.
Chocolate Boy Wonder, thank you again, man, for doing your thing. Part of the Chocolate Conversations team. High Feast Stuff always give us $1 million worth of game.
Sir. Do what I can.
And then I got to shift it over to the doctor, Miss Dr. V. Bless us with her presence, her game, her wisdom, her essence. Thank you again for making this so beautiful.
No
I don't know why I would be without you guys, man. We really, man, we're coming up on a year soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys. And then thank you guys again. Chocolate Conversations, Keon Taylor, the host. Until next time.